object. The United States of America has benefited for nearly 2.5 centuries from having one of the world's best, most objective judicial systems in the entire world. While no system run by fallible mortal human beings can be described as perfect, ours is as good a system as has ever existed in the world, as certainly good as any that exists in the world today. At the capstone of that is an entity that exists by virtue, by operation of the Constitution, the Supreme Court of the United States. And this solution, the solution that's being rammed through today, this is a solution in search of a problem that would itself create another problem for which there would be no solution. That problem would in turn one of our greatest strengths, an independent functioning judicial system, one that has preserved the rule of law in this country for nearly 2.5 centuries, into something of a more political animal. It's not what we want. It's not what the Constitution contemplates. It's not what we've benefited from. And why? We must ask the question, why? Is there any grave moral offense that's been committed? No. And is there any grave violation of law that's been committed? No. Is there any violation of law that's been committed at all? No, there is not. What we have here is something very, very cynical. And what we have is that people on the left have a couple of cases currently pending before the Supreme Court of the United States, cases that they're worried about the outcome, cases in which they're worried that certain justices might rule against them. And they have some justices they don't like. They have some justices that they worry are going to reject the bad arguments that they've made in those cases. And so rather than double down on making sure that their arguments are good and that they're persuasive and recognizing that they're not going to win all cases, they're threatening, they're intimidating the justices. It's not just a mountain out of a molehill. They're making a mountain out of nothing. And they're doing this specifically to harass, threaten, and intimidate certain members of the Supreme Court in order to influence the outcome of pending litigation. And make no mistake, that is what's going on here. They're trying to trigger more recusals of those justices they don't like. The legislation they're offering would create more problems in this, would make it easier for them to trigger more recusals. This is not a good outcome. This is a political effort to influence the resolution of pending litigation before the Supreme Court of the United States and to threaten justices that don't toe the woke line. So, Madam President, I withhold my objection at this moment.
Is there an objection?